Hello. It is I, Acty, the one and only Ghost Vampire Panda VTuber. It's been a bit. Echo, stop reacting to my voice. It's been a while since the last time we saw each other, but I'm here and I'm doing fine. On an unrelated note, I am ready to play. Look at this. So, let me actually introduce you to this game, since I know not many people even heard about this game. So this is Mind Over Magnet. If you don't know what this game is, it's okay, because this game is made by a YouTuber. If I were to look him up so that I can show him off, would be his there. Okay, now let me change that so you guys can actually see what I mean. Window capture, display capture. There. So this is GameMaker's Toolkit. They are by their own. They dive deep into design and level of games production and hosted by Mark Brown, who is a very cool dude, and he's very articulate and does this very well. Also explaining how the progression of some games, that is really, he is super good, and he made it this. He made Mind Over Magnet and a second one called Wordle. Wordle? Am I mistaken, please? A wordplay. And that is also a game about spelling, which I would be suffering if I were to play, since spelling is my weakness. But he does very good and very cool deep dives about pretty much everything, every aspects of game design. But yeah. So if you wonder why, who and what he is, he's a chill dude with even chiller, with even an even chiller YouTube channel that made this game, and I wanted to show support for him, and I bought it full price. Yay. I don't know how long this game is. I don't care. It is a beautiful game, and I'm going to enjoy it. Ooh. Look, that's me. Oh, I got trashed. I can jump. Also, this game... Oh, that's such a cool intro. Oh, that's so cool. Laws of attraction. Do I get also? No. This is such a cutesy game. I love how in the background you can see, like, please don't swim in the sewer water. The backgrounds are so cool, and even the music is cute. That's cute. Okay. Huh. I was like, there is no way. But they did. He did. Oh, that's so cool, though. Okay. And while this takes some time, I'll be on here. I have not yet tried to get destroyed, though. Huh. Oh, I have it, I have it, I have it, I have it. Okay. Now we pull this up. We let this drop. There we go. Let's go. Okay. I see. Okay, now I have a plan. Am I big enough to squeeze through, though? No. I found the answer. I don't need to squeeze through, I just need to be fast enough. In and out. Okay, I cannot jump over it. Bonk. Right, I'm not big enough for that as well. Oh, I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. Oh, I like how this little guy also has his wheel spinning while you hang. Oh, that's so cutie though. There we go. Two hits. Oh, I like his expression. Look at him. He's like so determined. Like he's chilling. And then he gets determined as we get out of here. And then he jumps. And then he has a different face for the jump. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my gosh. Hello. Hello. I'm the Fafamai. Can you help me down? Of course. Ooh. Thank you. Free Hadla. Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Magnus. Hello. Hey, can you do me a favor? I work in a factory above this sewer, and I'm super duper late for my shift. I reckon you can take me to the next floor? Ah, great. Let's stick together then. Onwards and upwards. Wait. Oh, don't worry. Go on ahead, I'll catch up. Ah. And he gets, yeah. Screw you, bot. The only bots were playing. See, told you. Wait, I have a plan. Ouch. There. Wait. The plan is in full effect. Wait, why are you up there? I'm sorry. I may have a plan. I'm sorry. Now. Ow. Sorry. Why are you bleeding? Okay, and then we drop this again. We grab him. We turn this on. And we drop from him. And we do this. Let's go. Huh? Am I? Oh, do I have a plan? I have plan. That worked. Come on, we're almost out there. Hello, love. Sorry. You good, buddy? I'm sorry. I may have misclicked that. Grab ya. Gotcha. Go. Ooh, fire. Entering world 2. Heating up. Ooh. Wait, no. I want to see something. Continue. Do I get a level select? Or do I get that after I beat the game? It appears I get that after I beat the game. Oh, hello. Welcome to my boiler, to the boiler room. This is the heart of the factory. It powers all the machines here. Now please watch your wheel. This place is dangerous. Hey, do you have a name? I do not. Oh, my name is Acty. However, and I'm the one controlling this robot. Not to worry. I can make one up. Let me say. Well, you only have one wheel. So how about Uni? Ah, I like Uni. You need this? Then hi, Uni. Anyway, this is my floor. There's a few more rooms to go. Let's keep moving. Reach the boiler room. I got an achievement. I see. Wait. I have... And does this... Oh, that tingles. Oh, so that's what I can do. Okay. So... No. Turn that off. Perfect. Drop in there. Jump above. Grab the key. Go above. Grab this. And...
At sleeping_celestial said first in a long time when I can actually watch you play a game.
Ah, god damn it, I killed myself. That's not my fault. Oh, wait, I see the answer. It was staring me right into my eyes. I was just too blind to see it. Bonk. Tightrope. I may, or may not, be an idiot. Gosh, you did such a good job. Where's the... Oh, Magnus is up there. Okay. But like... And then drop that. And that's how I go. Also, hi, Sleepy. Is this where I leave you? Okay, I have seconds.
At sleeping_celestial said we need music.
Wait, there's no game audio. Oh, god damn it, why is there no game audio? Wait, because I used window capture instead of game capture. God damn it. There. See, I had a good plan.
At sleeping_celestial said why is there never any audio?
There we go. Because I always have a problem setting this thing up. Only one. Get down here. I can see you. Okay. Which holds them up? The question is, can I make it up? No. I am too chunky. God damn it. Okay, I have a plan. Do not
At sleeping_celestial said streaming game content doesn't seem appealing.
Why? Is this where you work, Magnus? We're here. Okay, let me log in terminal real quick. Logging in. Employee ID Magnus. Contract terminate. Wait, what? Thank you for your employment. Due to improve automation technology, your service is no longer required. Please collect your things and leave in orderly fashion. Logging off. Oh, he got fired. Just got fired. I'm sorry. This can't be right. My friends work here. Hey, that's an idea. Let's go find Min. She should be off this floor.
At sleeping_celestial said, I mean you to know what games fit the streaming vibe.
True, this might not be the best for streaming, but this one is a personal one. Oh, I see. So you're that type of bitch.
At sleeping_celestial said at least you understand.
So can I not put you there? No. Can I stop? Wait. Well, that explains it. Now comes the question, can I put him on the ledge and be fast enough to grab him off the ledge? Nope. Well, color me intrigued, because I'm stuck. Whoa, 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 wait a minute. I think I might have it. Wait. Wait, that is important. Ah, no. I said I... Drop on me. Bonk. Okay. The first part is easy. How do you expect me? Because it takes me longer. He also slides fairly quickly.
At sleeping_celestial said push the box WHE.
I cannot push the box. Wait, let me show you. I cannot push the box. The box is unpushable. It's too heavy for me. If I could push the box, I
At
would have done.
sleeping_celestial said while it goes up.
Still no. Even if I wanted to, I can't. Well, call me a pickle. 'Cause I'm stumped. Sorry.
At sleeping_celestial said with the nail.
Huh. Wait. No, it doesn't work. As long as it's obstructed, it does not work. And I'm stuck in there. And once this is activated, I cannot get out of here. The problem is, if I put it in here, he just slides right off.
At sleeping_celestial said magnet on the red laser.
Oh, I found it. I'm an idiot. I found the solution. Good idea with pushing with the drill. I see. I really don't. Oh, I get it. I got it. Yeah, that was supposed to happen. That was intentional. Yes, very much so. Yes. Put him there. Put this aside. Put this up. I like uni. I have forgotten to undrill the laser.
At sleeping_celestial said, was that also intentional?
This, yes. What am I looking at? God damn it, I was too slow. Go.
At sleeping_celestial said, why is your robot body not magnetic?
Good question. I have no idea. I think I got it. Go. Got him. Let's go. Oh, I have a plan. Wait. Ow. That plan did not work how I intended it to. There we go.
At sleeping_celestial said, drop it on first level.
You were a bit too slow, my dear. Magnus, please move out. We require your assistance. I jump over this. Wait, I need this so I can place him down here. Perfect. And now we kill Magnus. Respawn. Bonk. Hello, magnetic brother. Thank you. Wait, let me grab you as well. Let's go. Ooh. You cannot go up there. Yo. Hello. Ugh, hey Magnus. Wow, hey.
At sleeping_celestial said you must leave him behind.
He's my new friend. Friend? Eh. Didn't you hear? We're all being fired and replaced with those things.
At sleeping_celestial said how cruel.
What? That can't be right. Uni has been helping me. Yeah, it's the truth. Come on, Magnus, go out of here. Wait, what about Max? I can't live without her. Ugh, you're right. I was going to check on engine room, but I can't go there by myself. Well, this is perfect. Uni can take you. He can show you he's a friend. Smiley face. Wow, much were you putting your hands? Alright, I'm only doing this to find Max. We'll meet you on the production floor. Don't forget about me. Wait, does that mean... Oh, so they're color-coded. I'm sorry. Come on, then. I have to leave him. Oh man, but I like Magnus. Entering World 3. She is not having it. Where is she? Min! I love when there's moving platform, he gets the cutest face in existence. Look at him. Ah. Not bad. Thank you. Like clockwork. I didn't know I could aim. I would have aimed. Well, as a matter of fact, since I can now throw stuff, yeet. You gotta give it to Mark Brown. This is a cutesy game. Gotcha. You really designed this. A guy who does analyzing of game animation. No, wait. I wanted to drop it. There. Hey, watch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You flew faster than I could have anticipated. God damn, you're quick. I may or may not. Oh, now I get it. Okay. I got it. Oh, god damn it. There. Wait, why do I need to draw? Oh, that's why. Okay, let's try again. Sorry. Oh, wait. I can just throw her over. Like a dumbass. There we go. See, I'm smart. Smartened. Ta-da! I forgot I could throw. Ah, god damn it. Sorry. Connection terminated. And I had it. And I actually had it. See? Going for the from the resting bitch face to like happy. It's quite funny. Bonk. Oh, wait, I forgot to stand there. God damn it, I'm an idiot. Bonk. Thank you, man. Bonk. I'll be taking you. Yeah. Ouch. Sorry. Oh, that was stupid. I'm an idiot. Wait. Okay, so there is a yes. I missed the jump. I have a plan, but I've missed the jump. Oh, come on! There we go. Huh. I see now. The answer wasn't in jumping over. It was in blocking. I'm sorry. I crushed. Okay, that was a bit. This one was a bit easier. Well. We unlock this. And now we're gonna plant her there. And big brain move. There we go. I am here. Hi, Ender. Okay. I'm too small. Crush. I know. By my fault, that was the solution. Let me grab you. Let's go. Look, I like his little face. He's so determined. Max is on the floor. Hey, take it. Run the machine so we can move on, why don't you? Logging in. Employee ID, bot, contract terminated. Huh? Performance note. Some bots were supposed to work for free with no complaining. But there things started. Wake up. There's the zinc. They wanted rights, payment, bathroom breaks. Would that even work? So, new plan. Destroyed all the robots and dispose of them. Took those useless things into the sewer, logging off. Huh. Guess I was wrong. And you have been pretty helpful. Okay, Uni, let's go find Max and get this Look, his smiley face is so cute. Oh, now she's smiling. Oh, that is cute. Okay, welcome to production floor. This is where we make the... Actually, I have no idea what they make in this factory. Hey, it doesn't matter anymore, okay? Let's see what they can make us. Now, I'm sure Max is around here somewhere. I like the background. You found me. It took you long enough. Chill out, sis. Came as quick as I could. Oh, right, yeah. Hey, Uni, this is my sister, Max. Hey, nice to meet you. So mean, what are we doing? We're busting out of this factory, sis. Magnus is waiting up ahead for us. Let's find him and get out of here. How do I switch? Well, that's his... Would this be considered bipolar personality disorder? Oh, I see. Okay, now I have to move quickly. God damn it, I trapped myself. Okay, I have to move super quickly. Oh, god damn it. Oh, wait. I'm an idiot. Just let her be red in there until I... Now we changed her to blue. There we go. Huh. Well, that was a bit... I knew there was a reason for that up there. Ah, right, wait. Ach, du Scheiße. Go, go, go. Yeah, let's go, baby. Okay, at least the game broke when I was in between. I don't have much from the game left, which is weird, because this is a short game. And I remember how much time and effort he put in it. Let me try this again. There we go. The mandatory game crash of the day. you end stream early? I don't know if I will. Yeah, I need to reset this one. Well, that just closes me off. Gotcha. There. Am I stupid? Yes. Yes, I was. But then I got smart. Oh, really? God damn it. There we go. Huh. Oh, I have to build a trebuchet. Eh? Huh. Hmm. Oh, wait. I see. There we go. Ooh. Magnus! Honey! Hello. So good to see you. Ah, it's been with you? Yo, good to see you, Magnus. Hi, Magnus, old pal. Max, alright. The whole crew is back together. So did you? Others our bosses grabbed the robots as fast as they ditched us. Oh. So I guess we're all in this together. Yeah, the House of Force. Oh. Please don't say that. And we're nearly at the exits. One more push. Let's go. Huh. It appears I can push them off by throwing them out. Oh, I may have glitched it. Wait a minute. There we go. So Magnus couldn't be thrown. I see that. Hmm. There we go. Teamwork makes the dream work. Last leg. This is it. Oh, that's so cool, though. Magnus? Cut. And there we go. it. Phew, good riddance to that race. And we couldn't have done it without you, Uni. No. So, what now? Let's start our own factory. Magnets and robots working side by side. We'll look after our staff and make it fun to work there. We could even have a pool table in the break room. And what do we make in this factory? You know what? I hadn't thought about that. Mind over magnet. Can I eat? Oh, I cannot. It's just for all the Patreons, my god. And it's still going. Look at how many it goes. Thank you for playing. Nah, thank you for making that. Wait, extras. Level select. Ooh, wait. That's important. That's valuable. Level select. Wait, I want to see. I want to hear the commentary.
Hi, welcome to the developer's commentary for Mind Over Magnet. I'm Mark Brown, the creator, designer and artist for the game. First of all, thank you so much for buying, playing and finishing the game. I hope you enjoyed it. So, I made this game as part of my YouTube channel Game Maker's Toolkit, which is all about game design. And one of the biggest influences on that channel was listening to the developer's commentary in Valve games like Portal and Half-Life. It was so fascinating to learn about all of the techniques that Valve used to guide players and teach new concepts and create good puzzles. It really opened my eyes to the world of game design as a craft. And so, many years later, it felt only right that I should put a similar feature into my game. So, as you play through the game, please use the speaker boxes to start and stop the commentary. Oh, and please note that leaving a level will stop the commentary. Thanks, and enjoy. So this game was originally supposed to be a fast-paced platformer about a metal character who can use magnetism to sail through speedrunning levels. But, as is often the case in game development, things changed. So, at some point I had the idea to make it so that the character itself wasn't magnetic, but you could pick up a giant horseshoe magnet and now you would be affected by magnetic fields and whatnot. That felt better, but having these two entities really lent itself to being more of a puzzle game than a platformer. And so, slightly begrudgingly, I changed the game to be the pure puzzle platformer that you see today.
I wondered. I'm quite curious about all the commentary. There.
This is the first level with an actual puzzle, and while it's simple, it does tend to trip up players. Most use the button on the left to drop the box, then walk over it, hit the button on the right, and then realise that the box goes up too quickly to jump on it. This is a technique I discovered when
No, 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 god damn it. What's the title? Extras, commentary on, level select, sewers.
This is the first level with an actual puzzle, and while it's simple, it does tend to trip up players. Most use the button on the left to drop the box, then walk over it, hit the button on the right, and then realise that the box goes up too quickly to jump on it. This is a technique I discovered when researching puzzle design. Essentially, you want to trick the player into assuming that there's a simple solution, and then showing them that there's some kind of catch that makes their assumption wrong. Now they need to reassess and try a different approach. That new approach is not hard to find on this level, but it's a good introduction to the idea that in Mind over Magnet, rooms won't always be as simple as they first seem.
Ooh, speaker.
When I make a new mechanic for the game, like in this case the drill bits that go in and out, I try to think of every possible way that you could use it. So you could trap a box underneath a drill, or trap a box above a drill, or thread a drill between two boxes. This sort of brainstorming helps make sure I squeeze all of the juice out of a mechanic. But it obviously gets a lot harder when you start combining all of the different mechanics. There could be dozens of different combinations to consider.
Oh my gosh. Hello. I'm in a bit of a bind. Can you help me down?
So this is Magnus. He's the first magnet you meet in the game and is kind of the mascot for the whole thing. But he actually came into the project very late. So early on, I realized that I would need to have multiple magnets in the game for two reasons. One, so that I could introduce the different magnet abilities throughout the game. And two, so that I could make levels with more than one magnet. Now, for a long time, the first magnet you met could be thrown around, but not change polarity. So this is Magnus. He's the first magnet you meet in the game, and is kind of the mascot for the whole thing. But he actually came into the project very late. So early on, I realized that I would need to have multiple magnets in the game for two reasons. One, so that I could introduce the different magnet abilities throughout the game, and two, so that I could make levels with more than one magnet. Now, for a long time, the first magnet you met could be thrown around, but not change polarity. But I eventually realised that the throwing mechanic was quite complicated, and so that's a lot to dump on the player at the very start of the game. In the end, I made a new magnet, Magnus, who is big and bulky, so he can't be thrown. He also goes up magnetic fields much more slowly than the other characters, so now I only need to introduce the player to picking up and placing down the magnet, and can teach them about throwing it much later on in the game. There's one aspect of mind over magnet that took way longer to figure out than it really should have. The idea of taking the magnet from one room to the next. For a long time in development, Uni would go through a door and go into the next room, and the magnet would magically appear from a pipe. Players would naturally ask, how did the magnet travel between rooms? Eventually, I came up with the idea of each level ending with a giant pipe that sucks in any and all magnets in the room, which was good, but some players didn't seem to notice that the magnet got sucked up. In the end, I made this level to make it super clear. Magnus explains that he will catch up, then the level end animation holds for a long time to show Magnus going in the pipe, and then he says, "See, I told you," in the next level. Finally, players stopped asking how he travelled from room to room. This is another example of a level with an assumption and a catch. Plus, this level teaches the player a really important concept. The idea that you sometimes need to leave the magnet somewhere in the level, turn a magnetic field on, and then go grab the magnet. That simple idea turned out to be pretty difficult to communicate. The game had a seemingly simple puzzle with this concept that proved to be really hard for players, leading to a lot of playtesters asking for a hint or skipping the level entirely. Eventually, I landed on this layout, which gets the point across, but is also quite easy to figure out as there are simply not too many places where you can leave Magnus.
Yeah, process of elimination. I like how everything he says, it's implied.
A new mechanic, the one-way platform. These have been in the game, in some form or another, since the earliest prototypes. I think for a lot of game players who grew up on Mario and the like, the concept of a platform that you can only pass through one way is pretty familiar and obvious. But in playtesting, I discovered that less seasoned gamers didn't always get the concept. To make it clear, I had to add more and more obvious arrows to the platforms and make the platform really recede into the background when it has flopped down and can now be passed through from either side.
Huh. This is such a good game, though. For how simple it is.
I typically wanted a world to finish with a bigger, more bombastic level. In this case, I took 3 levels that I liked but felt weren't big or complex enough to be individual puzzles, and then stitched them together into a single stage. One sticking point for playtesters was not knowing that they could leave Magnus behind after the 3rd puzzle, which, in retrospect, is fair enough, as the previous puzzle is about figuring out a way to bring Magnus up to the higher floor. In the end, I made it so Uni had to squeeze through a small gap to get into the 4th and final room, signalling to the player that there's no need to bring Magnus any further.
Wait a minute, why am I stupid? If you're there, grab this, grab him, grab that, drop him. What playtesting does to a person. I need to adapt.
Welcome to World 2. I thought it was really important to break the game up into different worlds, with unique artwork, music, and mechanics. Some early playtest versions of the game used the same background and music for every single level, and that became boring pretty quickly. Now, originally the idea was for World 1 to have no magnet at all, just puzzles about blocks, but it felt like it took too long to get to the actual point of the game, magnets, so I ended up introducing Magnus in the first world. Lasers were a mechanic that have been in the game for a very long time. They're fun because they're deadly to the player, but not to the magnet, leading to lots of different puzzle solutions. I start by simply introducing to the player the idea that a magnet can be used as a shield to protect Uni. It took a lot of iteration to communicate to players that the laser could be blocked in this way, but having that little square of floor tiles blocking the middle laser did a lot of heavy lifting in that regard.
I see. Hmm.
Here's another new game mechanic, an orb that turns on and off when it's hit by a laser. Now, when it was initially put into the game, you would have to hold the laser on the orb for a few seconds before the connection was confirmed, an idea I probably borrowed from the Talos principle. In the end, this turned out to be more complicated than necessary. By having the orb connect to a slow drill bit, you would get the same effect. You'd have to block or zap the orb for a long time for the drill bit to move all the way.
Zuvor eilig, das ist... What? No.
This level has existed in the game for a long time, but it was actually supposed to be much earlier on, like it was the second or third room in the game for a long while. But it proved to be quite a lot for players to figure out so early on in their adventure, and became a roadblock in the first few minutes of play. Eventually, I moved it to the second world, but had to retroactively add in Magnus, because originally it didn't use a magnet at all. In the end, it worked out well though. It adds an extra step where you break Magnus out from his little prison before you work on the actual solution to the puzzle. I did consider adding another step where you need to put Magnus on one of the boxes to weigh it down and make it travel more slowly. And this does actually work. Magnus can weigh things down. But I ultimately decided to not use this as a puzzle mechanic in the game, as it's quite subtle and hard to communicate to the player. Okay, so what little story Mind Over Magnet has, well, it ended up being put into the game very late into development. I always intended for the game to have a narrative, and did plan for something a bit more bombastic, but I ultimately decided that I'm not much of a writer, and didn't want to spend forever on rigging up complex cutscenes. So the narrative is, I'll readily admit, pretty bare bones. I think as a developer, especially a solo developer, you have to choose where to spend your limited time, and which aspects of the game don't deserve as much attention. For Mind Over Magnet, that ended up being the story.
No, it's okay. I don't mind. The story is not as important as the rest of the game. Ooh.
This is one of the more cheeky levels in the game. The basic idea that you can use a drill to push a magnet came out of a playtest when a player did that by accident and suggested it should be a puzzle solution, and so this level was born. Now, I really like levels where you use a mechanic in a surprising and non-obvious way, so this fit the bill, but it also ended up being pretty complicated. You might have noticed the symbols in the game: green hearts, red diamonds, and so on. These things tell you which switches are connected to which objects. This is helpful for players, but it also proved helpful for me. If my puzzle layout needed all 4 symbols, then it meant it was probably getting overly complicated and needed to be redesigned to be more simple and elegant. In this case, after dozens of different designs and attempts, I couldn't find a way to make it work with fewer than all 4 symbols. But, oh well, a little difficulty spike here and there isn't so bad.
No, I still managed to. It's just like I didn't know that you could move the magnets with the drill bits.
This level is a good example of how certain decisions can have helpful knock-on effects later. So, previously I mentioned that Magnus rides up magnetic fields more slowly than Min and Max, which is a good way to introduce new players to the concept. But it also let me make this cool level where you grab Magnus in midair as he rides up the field. You couldn't really do that with Min and Max. It's also a fun little physical interaction that I really wanted in the game, and so I'm glad I got a chance to put it in. This level is a good example of how certain decisions can have helpful knock-on effects later. So, previously I mentioned that Magnus rides up magnetic fields more slowly than Min and Max, which is a good way to introduce new players to the concept. But it also let me make this cool level where you grab Magnus in midair as he rides up the field. You couldn't really do that with Min and Max. It's also a fun little physical interaction that I really wanted in the game, and so I'm glad I got a chance to put it in. here's another new mechanic, the reset button. I tried not to add too many timing-based elements into the game. It should be about solving puzzles, not running fast and panicking. But I still wanted a few puzzles that were about doing something within a specific window. I did also adapt this mechanic to become a looping switch that would automatically turn on and off after a certain amount of time, but it didn't lead to great puzzles and the sound effect got super annoying, so that one ended up on the cutting room floor. Most of the levels in the game fit entirely on the screen without needing to move the camera, and that was definitely by design. But I wanted a few levels with a moving perspective, and this was one of them. The idea with this level was to trick the player. You can go left or right, but by putting Magnus on the left, most players would solve the left side of the level, then go right and not know how to solve it, before realizing that they need to get Magnus and solve this side first.
You can move in here. Oh, that's so cool.
It's time to introduce the player to another main mechanic in the game, throwing a magnet. This took a long time to develop, mostly because it needed to work the same no matter if you were playing on a controller or with a mouse, and those actually operate quite differently, so a lot of time and effort went into making the experience line up. This is the only level in the game with two intended solutions. So you can go through the process of turning on and off the different magnetic fields, or you can ride the magnet up the left beam, let go of it near the top, and fling yourself over the drill bit. This move, letting go of a magnet to fling yourself over a gap, is fun, but I decided that it's more of a platforming trick than a logical puzzle solution, so I decided not to make it an actual required trick to get through the game. But I could still reward it by providing it as an optional puzzle solution for speedy players.
Wait.
I think this is the only level in the game with two intended solutions. So you can go through the process of turning on and off the different magnetic fields, or you can ride the magnet up the left beam, let go of it near the top, and fling yourself over the drill bit. This move, letting go of a magnet to fling yourself over a gap, is fun, but I decided that it's more of a platforming trick than a logical puzzle solution, so I decided not to make it an actual required trick to get through the game, but I could still reward it by providing it as an optional puzzle solution. This is a really important mechanic, the no magnet laser beam. Basically, if I have a laser that destroys the player but doesn't affect the magnet, then there should be a laser that destroys the magnet but does nothing to the player. That can lead to different puzzles, like this one, where you have to throw the magnet into the beam while being stood on the button. The no magnet beam will come back in a lot of puzzles, so it was important to introduce it to the player in a simple tutorial. This is one of my favourite puzzles in the game. I really like the symmetry of the setup, and the solution makes you feel pretty smart. However, I don't feel like I actually, designed it. You see, the puzzle originated from a basic idea of having two laser beams pointing at a single orb and then needing to do something. And so I threw those elements together and started playing around. And then at some point, I just completely stumbled upon the idea of needing to have the magnet on the button, then stand on the button to keep it held down before picking up and throwing the magnet. And that just felt really cool. So I basically discovered the puzzle mechanic by accident, and maybe that's why I like the puzzle so much. I got to have that all-important eureka moment of seeing something cool and surprising, which, as the designer, I don't usually get to have. Another key aspect of the game is the idea that red things are attracted to blue fields and vice versa, but red things ignore red fields and blue things ignore blue fields. Well, for most players, at least. If you can't get your head around that, then there's an option in the settings to make it so things are attracted to beams of the same colour. But anyway, this puzzle was supposed to finally introduce players to this colour-based idea. I don't think it was ever as successful as I was hoping, but it will at least be reinforced in the next few stages, which also play with the same colour-based concept.
Okay.
This room introduces us to the spring, which is a pretty fun mechanic. A lot of players have a smile on their face when they first use it. But it was actually just there to solve a problem. You see, if the level has a magnetic field, it's clear that you need to use the magnet to ride up to a higher platform. And if it has a chain pulley, it's clear that you need to use that to get up just as Uni. The spring, however, lets Uni go up by himself or with a magnet, making it ambiguous. This puzzle really shows a challenge of making a game like Mind Over Magnet, specifically a game with super discrete movements and also physics. You see, the solution to this puzzle is to get the box in a specific position so you can bounce the magnet off the box and onto the button. But it took a long time to stop the player from just throwing the magnet onto the button without the need for the box at all. Maybe throwing it from the top platform from a very specific spot, or bouncing it off the ceiling and onto the button in the seconds before the spring bounces you up. The solution was spikes. Lots and lots of spikes. It makes the level quite scary looking and can lead to some annoying moments where the magnet is destroyed, but it did at least stop the player from solving the puzzle in an unintended way.
Don't put too many of unintended ways or the I
like this puzzle because it's another example of catching the player out. It feels like the solution is to just time things carefully so you spring up to the higher level before the moving platform seals off the route upwards. But that turns out to be only half the solution. You'll need to keep thinking to find the actual answer. Now, there are a few puzzles in the game where I have to cheat the physics system a little, because by default, when the moving platform pushes the magnet along the ground, it makes the magnet judder in a really messy way. It keeps playing sound effects and it looks buggy and broken. So I actually swapped the floor out with a really slippery ice-like version when this happens to make the magnet slide along more gracefully. There are a few hacks and cheats in the game to make sure things work the way I want to, but hopefully the player doesn't notice the smoke and mirrors. This is actually one of the puzzles that has been in the game for the absolute longest time, or at least the basic concept. Because when I was working on a really early prototype for the game, I made a system to respawn the magnet out of a little pipe if it is lost or destroyed. And soon after that, I realized I could have a puzzle where you have to intentionally destroy the magnet and have it respawn in a more useful location. That initial puzzle was this is actually one of the puzzles that has been in the game for the absolute longest time, or at least the basic concept. Because when I was working on a really early prototype for the game, I made a system to respawn the magnet out of a little pipe if it is lost or destroyed. And soon after that, I realized I could have a puzzle where you have to intentionally destroy the magnet and have it respawn in a more useful location. That initial puzzle was horribly designed and no one could figure it out, but I still liked the idea. So a puzzle where you have to kill the magnet on purpose has existed in the game in some form or another right through to release.
Oh, that's so cool. There's some concepts like, I want that concept.
For a long time during development, there were 3 completely different magnets. Magnus, a magnet that you can throw, and then a magnet where you can change its polarity. But I had a lot of trouble justifying why you'd keep leaving magnets behind to then hook up with a new one, and it felt kinda weird to just start getting to know a character to then ditch and replace them. Eventually, I had the idea that I could consolidate 2 of those magnets into one character. When you first find Min, you can throw her around, and then later, through some kind of machine, you unlock the ability to also change her polarity, revealing Nax.
There we go, I forgot about that. And I trapped myself out of sheer my button input.
This is another one of those mechanics that just sort of emerges from the rules of the game. If you switch the magnet's polarity while in a magnetic field, you can drop and also move left or right, and then keep flicking that back and forth, and you can move sideways. But it's also one of those things...
I moved too quickly. Weighty decisions. I moved too quickly. No. Extras level select engineering. Four.
This is another one of those mechanics that just sort of emerges from the rules of the game. If you switch the magnet's polarity while in a magnetic field, you can drop and also move left or right, and then keep flicking that back and forth, and you can move sideways. But it's also one of those things that feels more like a platforming trick than a logical puzzle solution. But in this case, it's really fun to do, and it's not too difficult for the player to input, so it stayed in the game as a required puzzle solution.
Fair enough. I mean, if a mechanic is fun, why wouldn't you have it in you?
In the earliest versions of the game, there were lots of different magnetic objects, and they all looked and acted slightly differently. So at some point, I decided to make a more generic magnetic panel object. This was a great move. I could then very easily attach this magnetic panel to all sorts of other objects, and it would act exactly the same as any other magnetic object in the game. So that includes the basic magnetic fields, moving platforms, these new dropping platforms, and the upcoming scissor gate. At one point, I even put a magnetic panel on the tip of a magnet, so you could walk around with your own personal magnetic field, but it got cut for scope reasons.
I don't know what scope reasons means, but I understand that.
A tricky thing in puzzle design is that sometimes you can end up in situations where the player is stuck and needs to reset the puzzle. I try to avoid those situations, but it's pretty difficult to do. And because it's as easy as holding a button to instant restart, I didn't mind it too much. Still, I tried to patch over as many of those as possible. So, in this puzzle, the top button was originally a basic flip switch, but that meant if you flipped it and then dropped down, you couldn't ever get back up to flip it back. So instead, I changed it to a reset switch. This meant that the puzzle would reset itself after a few seconds, but it had an unintentional consequence of giving this level a fun little timing challenge that adds some excitement to proceedings.
But I pressed. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
This is another favourite puzzle of mine. It's really simple, but such an elegant use of the polarity switching mechanic. It was also a puzzle solution that I stumbled upon while making a completely different level, one with multiple magnets, multiple switches, and a whole array of lasers. So sometimes you need to just take the best bit out of a puzzle and then start afresh. That way you get tight puzzles like this instead of overly complex levels with way too many elements. As I went along, I found that I almost always have to throw away my first attempt at a puzzle rather than just keeping that initial draft and constantly building on top of it.
Okay.
This is a bit of a cheeky puzzle, but I like it so much that I had to keep it in the game. Basically, at some point in development, I added a physical lever that you could switch by throwing the magnet into it, but I decided to swap it for this spinning fan blade thing. It had the same purpose, but it also created a crazy physical force when it span around. This could lead to fun puzzles like this one, where you're using the action of the blade to toss the magnet around. It's also another level with a cheat in it. You might notice that the magnet is well and truly grabbed by the magnetic field when it flings across the screen. That's me applying some pretty strict forces to the magnet to absolutely guarantee that if you've solved the puzzle, the magnet will definitely be grabbed and shoot up towards the panel.
So much insight though.
was always my intention to have the final world be much shorter than any other. I've played so many games where you feel the game is coming to an end and you're really excited to finish it, only for it to just drag on and on. I wanted you to get your magnet friends together and then just play through a few levels before making your triumphant exit. Oh, also, this level originally featured the same solution, but instead of knocking off Magnus, you were knocking off a heavy battery. There was a whole thing about having to bring a battery through the world so you could power up a machine, but in the end I ditched the idea and so swapped the battery out for Magnus.
So much insight there. I forgot to turn on the field. Oh.
And so this is the final level, a fun, triumphant push using both Magnus and Min and Max together. I hope you enjoyed this developer's commentary, but please check out Game Maker's Toolkit on YouTube, where you can find a whole series of videos dedicated to the development of this game. You'll be able to see how the whole thing came together and maybe follow my future journey to make more games. Thanks, and goodbye.
I managed to trap myself in there.
And so this is the final level, a fun, triumphant push using both Magnus and Min and Max together. I hope you enjoyed this developer's commentary, but please check out Game Maker's Toolkit on YouTube, where you can find a whole series of videos dedicated to the development of... And so this is the final level, a fun, triumphant push using both Magnus and Min and Max together. I hope you enjoyed this developer's commentary, but please check out Game Maker's Toolkit on YouTube, where you can find a whole series of videos dedicated to the development of this game. You'll be able to see how the whole thing came together and maybe follow my future journey to make more games. Thanks, and goodbye.
I'm an idiot. Hmm. Well, it's an hour early, but we finished it twice. Once with the dev commentary and the second one in the basic. Oh god, I'm tired. And the amount of Patreons. Well, well, I'm gonna be honest, this was a very good, a very short, and a very enjoyable game. If you have the opportunity and you're considering game dev, either look at what he has, what he'd managed to build from Game Maker's Toolkit. It was fun. It was a simple game with a simple concept, but even such a simple game, it was still enjoyable, and the developer commentary really helps for like showing that you gotta test everything. No matter what your idea is, be willing to change that idea. And no matter how fast you are, you can still but it was a lovely game. I really recommend it. I'll see where I put this in the tier list once I've done it. Oh, I still have to prepare that at the end of the year for the 3rd year. Ah, well, I get there when I get there. But with that being all said, my name is Acty, the one and only goes for part-time at VTuber. I know. We're closing an hour early. Yeah, well, not my fault. The game was short, but it was a good one. I'm sorry, I can't understand. Oh, I'll be closing up stream now. I need to sleep now. Because there are games where I'm gonna go a bit overextend myself. And there are games that I'm going to be like, yo, we can call it an early night. And this is one of those early night games. But I thank you everyone so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you all next time. With that being said, so long everyone.